Hello you guys, and welcome back to the vlog here on my channel. I hope you guys are having a great day so far. I apologize for the silence, hairs everywhere, in the past week, but per usual, life got crazy and I kind of just like forgot to vlog, and it just, time got away from me. But I kind of have a little bit of a bookish day planned today. I love getting book trophies. I try and read and listen to all of my books on like Libby or Hoopla just because they're free, and I'm trying to push books to the bottom of the TBR that I can't get like for free through the library system. I'm trying to push them to the bottom so that I don't have to pay for them until I get through like the rest, if that makes like any sense. So when I do read a book that just hits, I love to get a book trophy. And of course, Target last week did their buy one get one 50% off, which is when I hone in on grabbing a book. Now occasionally I'll be out and about and I'll see a nice book that I love and I'll just grab it, but I did get a few books that I love. I got a few books that are like special edition. So we have those coming today in the mail. So we have a little book haul later that I'll share with you guys. We are halfway through June. I have read 6 books so far in June. I realized that I never did like my little May wrap up with you guys and like talk about May books. So here in a second, I think I'm gonna do like a really quick like little breeze through my May books that I read and also what I've read so far in June and what I'm currently reading now. Just a little spitfire. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you kind of see in real time what I'm reading and if I love it and all the things. You can also follow me on Lemonade. Lemonade is like this, for me, it's kind of a mix between like Pinterest and Instagram that like TikTok made. I kind of just post everything sporadically on there. So you can follow me over on there. It's a little bit more casual and I'm constantly posting over there as well. But in May, I read 15 books. That is the most books I've read this year since January. January, I was in such a depression because winter was really wintering. I swear January was like half the year long. I read like 18 books in January, like literally almost a book every single day. But this is the most that I've read, and I think it's because I had a lot of quick and easy audiobooks that I really just like brushed through. Anyways, first off, we started with Geneva Rose. I read 2 of her books in May. I read You Shouldn't Have Come Here and One of Us is Dead. You Shouldn't Have Come Here was so good. The twist at the end, I never saw coming. Both of these books were so quick and easy to listen through. One of Us is Dead gave really like Real Housewives vibes. It was really good. So I breezed through both of those. Really liked both of them. 4 stars. 4 stars is like a typical for me. Like if I read a book and I enjoyed it, I liked the line, I liked everything, it pretty much gets 4 stars. 5 stars means it hit something that like, wow, right? And then 3 stars is like, it was good, I can appreciate it. Maybe I struggled a little bit, maybe it just wasn't what I thought it was. And if I give like 1 or 2 stars, which I don't think I ever have really given 1 or 2 stars, I just didn't like it. So 4 stars for those. I did read The Tenant by Frida McFadden. This one is a little controversial from what I've seen online. People either really like it or really hate it. I see why people really didn't like it, but I also went into it blind. I didn't know what the book was about going into it. I feel like I've read this story before. I feel like I've seen this story before. I feel like Frida maybe is pushing out too many books in a year, because like I think she's putting out like 3 this year. But The Tenant was good, but it's not something that I would ever recommend. I don't know. Anyways, after The Tenant, I did a reread of Part of Your World. I needed something to like get me through, because at the exact same time that I started Part of Your World, I was also trying to get through House of Flame and Shadow, the 3rd book in the Crescent series. And my gosh, those series are so long. They're so in-depth. There's so many characters and worlds and abilities and things. The Crescent City series is no joke. It's a lot. So I needed something a little easy while I was reading that. So I read the actual physical book of Part of Your World because I do have the physical copy because it is one of my favorite books all around. Part of Your World, 5 stars. House of Flame and Shadow, I gave 4 stars. I loved the crossover. If you've read A Court of Thorns and Roses, there's a little bit of a crossover with, you know, the Night Court there. It was really good. Then I read Fearless. Fearless is the 3rd book in the Powerless series by Lauren Roberts. I really loved it. And then something happened in Fearless. And I went, no. Like, you could have went any direction. And that's what you did. I gave it 3 stars. Fearless just did not end the way that I thought it should end. So after Fearless, I read First Time Caller. Absolutely freaking loved this book. I immediately purchased this book. It was exactly what I needed after being let down from Fearless. It's just a very cute little romantic read. Then I read 3 new releases. I read Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry. I read The Missing Half by Ashley Flowers. And I read One Golden Summer by Carly Fortune. All of them 4 stars across the board. Great books. I did get Great Big Beautiful Life in book form. It hits. I love Emily Henry's books, and that one just hit really well. Then I read The Perfect Marriage and The Perfect Divorce by Geneva Rose. A lot of people love or hate this type of thing too. Again, I don't go into books with high expectations. I don't, unless it's like a series, like, and I've previously read it, then those tend to get a little bit more scrutiny from me. But I really just go into a book blind, not knowing what to expect, not trying to anticipate the next move. Even if I kind of think it's going a certain way, I just kind of zone out and I'm like, don't think about it. Let's just see what happens. I really loved The Perfect Marriage and The Perfect Divorce. The Perfect Divorce, I get why we had it because we needed a little bit of a wrap up, but I definitely like The Perfect Marriage better. The Perfect Divorce was the second part, and I get it. It did tie up some ties, but I felt like we might not have needed it per se, but I get why we got it. But nonetheless, both of them got 4 stars. Then I read The Wedding People. The Wedding People, flawless perfection in my opinion. That book hit me in a way no book has hit me in such a long time. It is such a good story. I love when I get a story I haven't heard before in a way that I haven't heard before. I just loved it. The Wedding People, it's phenomenal. It's deep. You know, I resonated with it a lot. I immediately bought it in book form. It was a beautifully written book. 10 out of 10. And then closing out the month of May, I started the Ruinous Love series, I think is what they call it. I read Butcher and Blackbird and I read Leather and Lark. Butcher and Blackbird was good. I was entertained, totally. It's a little bit of a dark romance, so there are some quite spicy scenes. Pretty much you've got 2 serial killers that like fall in love with each other that hunt actual serial killers. So it's a pretty cool little twist. The beginning was good. It was a little gross, but the beginning of the book is what really like snatched me in because I went, oh. So if you read it, you'll see Leather and Lark, by far my favorite of the series. 1000% better than the first book, and I did read the 3rd book here in June, so better than the 3rd book. Like Leather and Lark, just I think it's because it had more plot, it had more history, it had more tie-ins. It was just so, oh, it was so good. So that brings us up to June, and so in June I did finish Scythe and Sparrow. I think I'm saying that right, Scythe and Sparrow. It was just kind of boring. It was kind of boring. I get why we needed that book to kind of wrap up all of the characters that we were learning about. The main male character was just really boring for me. He wasn't giving anything for me. It just wasn't. But of course I needed to finish the series. I think I'm saying her last name wrong, but I read Annabelle Monaghan's It's a Love Story. I read Summer Romance last year. I kind of liked it. I kind of didn't like it. It just wasn't my taste, so I thought I was going to go ahead and give like one of her books another chance, where this was a new release. And again, it was like 3 stars. I just didn't. It was a great story, but it just didn't hit for me. Her books just don't hit for me. So I need to like stop pushing them. Then I read Pictures of You by Emma Gray. This had just been, I had seen it going around everywhere, went into it blind, didn't really know what it's about. It was a really good book. it was a really good book. It was a really deep book. Like, there were some deep parts of this book. I loved how emotional the book was, if that makes any sense. There was a lot of emotions that you go through in that book and that the characters go through, and I just really enjoyed it. It was a really good book. Then I read Remarkably Bright Creatures. I immediately bought this book. There's a special edition at Target. This was such a good freaking book. My heartstrings were being pulled so much in this book just because of Marcellus is an octopus, and he is the main character in this book, and he just, oh my gosh, if you're an animal lover, it's just gonna pull on your heartstrings. I mean, the story itself is not a story that like we haven't heard before. It's nothing groundbreaking, but the way this author brought in, you know, this octopus and this older woman and the way the light, oh my, like, I can't give too much explanation without giving major spoilers from this book, but it was such a good freaking book. Like, 10 out of 10, totally recommend. Moving on, Caught Up is the second book in some sort of a series. I don't even know what the series is called. I read Lights Out. It was like a little dark romance-ish book. I thought it was like a comedic dark romance. Loved Lights Out. Loved it. Caught Up, there was no plot. There was no plot whatsoever in Caught Up. I mean, there was, but it was just really weak. I mean, in Lights Out, there was so much plot. There was so much comedy. Then there was so much romance too. It constantly was just brewing. In Caught Up, I feel like it was just, there was no real background. Like, I kind of related to, you know, the FMC, but I kind of didn't. It was hard for me to really connect to the FMC. It was even harder for me to, it was just, I felt like this book was just for the dark romance. It was just for the spice. Like, Caught Up was just for the spice, and I can read a book with some spice in it, but I don't read the book just for the spice. Like, that's just not me, so I just didn't enjoy this book. So I gave it 3 stars because I get where we're going with it. I see already where the next book's coming in at. Like, I guarantee she's coming out with a 3rd book, and I already know who that character is going to be about, but I hope she takes that and utilizes a lot more plot in that book, because from what I'm seeing, a lot of people didn't like it either. So yesterday, I actually wrapped up reading Shield of Sparrows. I had no idea what this book was about. It was pretty. It was a pretty cover. I saw it online. It looked nice. It was available on my Hoopla, and it was a fantasy-ish book. I went to Pinterest and kind of typed it in to see like a vibe, like what's the vibes. It looked cute. I clicked on it. I saw that it was a rather longish audiobook, and I went, oh, do I really want to do this? And I was like, you know what? I really don't have anything else, because I was waiting on the book I'm reading now to become available. So I was like, let's just go ahead and read it. I ended up loving it. It was a really good book. I hate the way it left off, because now I need the second book and I need answers. There were a lot of, it was like a roller coaster. There was a lot of up moments. There was a lot of down moments. But all in all, I really enjoyed the book. I really liked the book. I liked the little twists. I saw some of the twists coming, but I don't judge a book because I can guess something. I really enjoyed it. It's a beautifully written book. I gave it 4 stars. It was great. I can't wait for the second book, because now I need to know what freaking happens. It leaves off with so many questions. Oh, I hate that. But there will be a second book, hopefully. The author starts releasing some more info about that soon. So right now I'm currently reading Battle of the Bookstores. It's a very cute little romance. It's giving The Hating Game with like a little bit of a twist. I really like that the MMC in this book works at a romance bookstore, and he references a lot of romance books that we've all read and a lot of romance authors that we've all read. You know, Violet Sorrengail is mentioned, and how he'd be, you know, dust if, you know, FMC actually wielded lightning. Like, it's just so cute. I love books that like make me smile and make me feel happy, and like, even if it's corny, if it makes me feel happy, I'm all about it. So that's the book that we're currently reading right now. We're gonna hopefully wrap it up this afternoon back at work. I'm able to listen to my audiobook so I get some work done. So that's the plan, is to wrap that up before we head home. And then this evening, we're gonna head home. We're gonna unbox some new books. I did get a big bookshelf. I was currently I have been working with like this little 3-tiered little cart thing, and it's no longer holding all the books. So this past weekend, my husband put together a little bookshelf that I got from Walmart. It was only like 30-40 bucks. It was so cheap. I'll have to show you guys that when we get home. We've talked about all the books that I've read recently. I'm gonna go ahead and pop back into work, get the rest of this day finished, and I will see you guys this afternoon. We're home and we have our Target packages, and then we also got one of the books that I ordered from Pango. So Pango is like a place where you can like buy and sell like your used books. I'm so excited. So I got this, one of my favorite books. Also, if it's echoey in here, I apologize. I'm in my bedroom. We're doing like some remodeling, some redecorating and stuff. We don't have any curtains up. There's no like rug. It's a little bare in here right now, so it might sound a little echoey, so I hope it's not like too bad. But The Dead Romantics is one of my favorite books. I have it in the paperback, but I really wanted the hardback, and the hardback comes in a different color, and I can't find where they sell this anymore, like anywhere. So come on, Gigi. So I ordered this off of Pango. Look at the sprayed edge. I absolutely love it. It's beautiful. It's in great condition. It is signed. I think I paid $30 for it, but this is one of my favorite all-time books. The seller was very quick. Everything was exactly as pictured. So if you guys haven't checked out Pango, make sure you do. So this is like the first little new book to add to the collection. Now for our Target books that we got. First, a lot of these are kind of like a special edition. When I decide I want to get a book, I try and get a special edition if they have it available. You know, if I love it that much to get it, I usually try and get a special edition. So we got Butcher and Blackbird. I really want Lark and Leather because, like I told you guys before, that was my favorite. But they didn't have it yet, so I figured I would just go ahead and get this one because I did like this. And if it wasn't for this book, I would have never read the other one. So, very beautiful, pink. You'll love black and pink. So, we got Butcher and Blackbird. The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I have now read what I would consider almost every single one of Taylor Jenkins Reid's books. I have Malibu Rising. That was like the first one that really sparked my love for her books. But this one, look how beautiful. The little rings on the side. This book, I just fell in love with. This is just a really good book. I mean, it's so good. It is one of her best books, in my opinion. I just ordered this. This one actually came quicker than what I expected because I just finished reading this yesterday. But about halfway through, I knew I was going to love it. So like on Saturday, I placed the order. This is Shield of Sparrow. Look how freaking beautiful this book is. I love it. Fear the Monsters We Make. Oh, this book is so beautiful. Oh, I just freaking love it. Since I finished the Crescent City series, I got the first book because the first book, in my opinion, is way better than the other two books. The other two continue the story and it has great plot and it's awesome, but nothing hit as good as this first book. And you see how freaking big. Every book is like this huge. This is a long book. It takes a long time to get through, but 100% worth it. So this is not like a special edition or anything. I don't know if they did a special edition. I don't think I actually checked. I just wanted to add this one to my collection because I have A Court of Mist and Fury, because out of all of the A Court of Thorns and Roses books and series, this one was my favorite and this one was my favorite. So now I've got my favorites out of both series because there's so many books. I just don't know if I want to invest in all of them when I really just wanted my favorite books. This is one that I already have in paperback form, but I really wanted it in hardcover form. This is Home is Where the Bodies Are. This is the first book I ever read from Geneva Rose. Oh, like the TV, I love the cover. This one is just so special to me. I wanted the hardcover as well. I really want to start When I first started buying book trophies, I really didn't have a preference as to whether I wanted like hardcover or like paperback. And now I'm beginning to understand that I really do want a hardcover book unless they come out with like a special edition paperback, if that makes any sense. But now I have them both. We need to organize them because I just kind of sporadically put this together over this past weekend. There's a lot of like little things from Etsy that I want to buy for my bookshelf. I probably will get, you know, multiple bookshelves as the time goes. Who knows, we'll see. But for right now, I don't have enough books for like more than one. One is completely fine. So I'm gonna organize this and then I'll walk you guys through like a little bit of a bookshelf tour. Do a little bookshelf tour, if we will. So we have my little Pothos. She's very long and beautiful. She used to be in my bathroom, and now we have her out here gracing us with her presence. This first shelf is more fantasy, so we have Fourth Wing books, a little journal from Target, Lightlark first book because, you know, it just hit different. We do have the Flowerless series, and then we have A Court of Mist and Fury, and then Crescent City, House of Earth and Blood. Down here, we now have all of my really pretty sprayed edges. So we have The Nightingale, Beach Read, Shield of Sparrow, Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, Dead Romantics, Butcher and Blackbird, and then Remarkable Beautiful Creatures, I think. Remarkably Bright Creatures. I always get that wrong. So we have our sprayed edges over here, pens and little things that I need to put back on my purse. My mom got me this little planter that's reading for Mother's Day. And then we have the little Dream Harbor series from Lori Gilmore. I can't wait to add the next one. Down here we have our hardbacks with my little girl with her crazy hair. It reminds me of me because I have really curly hair. And then we also have our book light that I just keep right there. All of our hard books. And then on this next shelf we have all of our paperback books. I think I'm going to take this one shelf and move it up a little bit because the paperbacks have like quite a bit of room. Down here at the bottom, I'm gonna get a couple of baskets to better organize stuff. I have current reads, my computer, books, Bibles, study things I use on a regular basis down there. But I have my headphones. This is like a little light that turns on. It looks really pretty at nighttime. So this is the little bookshelf tour. Just the beginning. All right, you guys, I hope that you enjoyed today's bookish vlog. I'm gonna try and record some tomorrow. My car goes into the shop to get a lot of maintenance done. So I think tomorrow might be a little bit of chaos, not a typical normal day. So we'll see what life throws at us. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you guys in my next one.